Ladies and gentlemen, it is showtime. Please enjoy the show.
It's the corner where the treats at.
Is this the passing of the torch, right? Is this what this signifies?
It comes down to that front office and what they feel is most important.
The champ is here. We've touched down from a higher plane. Boy, you made it here.
We always look forward to that week because it was always intense.
You know that we ain't coming back. We about to.
The man, the myth, the legend, Dante Hall. My favorite player growing up was Dante Hall. I love you guys in the show, but Dante was my guy.
Get to dashing because you done on the warfare.
The Chiefs are 2-2, and now it's Monday Night Football in Duval as Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs head south to take on Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's a primetime AFC clash, and you know the Chiefs are fired up to repeat that offensive performance. FanDuel has every angle covered from Mahomes' passing yards to Xavier Worthy's catches to how this defense matches up against Jacksonville's offense. Want even more action? Build your own same-game parlay and ride with Chiefs Kingdom all Monday night. With fast payouts and an app that's smoother than a Mahomes sidearm throw, FanDuel makes every snap feel bigger. And don't forget, every Friday on Chief Concerns, we drop our best 5-leg same-game parlay for the weekend, plus JD's 10 keys to victory, breaking down exactly how the Chiefs can take down the Jags and get above 500. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app today and make every snap count. Chiefs in Duval, under the lights on Monday Night Football. That's must-see TV. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Monday Morning Tight End. On your Monday evening, I am Marcus Dash, and former Chiefs tight end Jason Dunn will be joining us shortly. So I hope everyone is having an amazing Victory Monday. A stress-free Victory Monday. I mean, like, we've had so many wins over the years where we didn't really get to enjoy it from, like, the onset of the game. Every game had to come down to a final second, like, field goal, or, you know, we didn't have the lead like the final minutes of the game. But the fact that we had that thing wrapped up, ready to go with, so early on in that game, I think everyone was feeling themselves pretty good early on. So I hope everyone had a nice Victory Monday and a nice evening last night, being able to watch that Cowboys and Packers game, which kind of went down to the tie game. I was going to say go down the wire, but that was exciting stuff. I mean, I'll tell you what, yesterday, JD always talks about any given football, the other guys on their side of the line are paid too. But I think yesterday was pretty indictment and a big indictment on what the kind of the parity in the league this year, right? Everyone was talking about the Packers being world beaters, and we find out, I don't know if they're world beaters. They lose the Browns last week, and they tie with the team's worst, one of the worst defenses in the league, in being the Cowboys. It was at Dallas too, but nonetheless, that was just interesting, right? They were like an 8-point favorites, I believe, going into that game. So it's just like so close, and then you have the Giants. Everyone's talking about the Chargers being the world beaters. Everyone was making fun of us beating the Giants, like, oh, the Chiefs only beat them by 13 points. That's a bad team. They barely beat them. Okay, and the Giants end up at home, same situation. Chargers had to go to New York like we did. And what happened? Giants put the, I wouldn't say belt to ass, but they beat them up pretty good. And it came down to the wire, but still the Giants had the lead top to bottom from front to end, from wire to wire, as they say. So I love what I'm seeing. I love how the Raiders kind of sputtered yesterday. Not that, I'm not going to beat up our younger brother here, but the Raiders lost. Chargers lost, and tonight Bengals already drove down and scored a field goal on the Broncos. So things are looking up for us in the AFC West, guys, and in the AFC in general. So love that. Love what I saw yesterday in all the NFL games. So yeah, well, let's see who's in the chat tonight. I've seen it's like I see our familiar faces in here. It's gonna be a good show tonight. JD's gonna have his grades. It should be good. There was a lot of good yesterday, and there was some stuff to clean up still. I think the run game still needs some sharpening. And again, like we always talk about, that's not always on the running backs. In many cases, the blocking scheme, the blockers, the offensive line. So there's still some stuff to clean up. And JD will probably talk about that tonight. So I'm excited about that. Let's see who's in the chat. We got Honor Brown, my guy. I have to catch most of the show on replay. What? He's not in here right now. Hopefully no one got a grade lower than a C. I don't know. JD's not a big fan. So the one thing about JD's grades, he's not a big fan of giving A's, but he's not a big fan of giving D's or F's. So he's right in the middle, You You have to do really bad to get an F or a D. You also have to be really good to get an A. So pretty fair, I would say. Pretty fair grader, I would say. He's not, you got to really work hard for that A, but you also have to really be bad for an F or a D. So I will say I don't think we're going to see many below C's tonight. We shouldn't at all. I don't think we see many C's, if any at all tonight. That's my guess. Hannah, how are you doing, Hannah? Evening, everyone. The days after the Chiefs have a good game are so much brighter. Oh, yeah. I mean, especially take it for us, man. Like, it's so hard to do these shows when we lose because I'm always expecting other teams' fan bases to come in. I'm also trying to be very cheery and have a happy face even when we lose. But yeah, it's always much better at the days after we win. So I love that. Andre Chanel is in here as well. Good evening, Chief Concerns family, walking around smiling after our win. Yeah, that's the best way to do it, Andre. It's the best way to do it. Always bubbly and happy after a dub. Bubbly and happy every day, but especially after a dub. I'll say that. And I believe our guy, former Chiefs tight end Jason Dunn, is about to hop in here. He's ready to rock. There he is. What's going on, JD?
What's going on? How you doing? We over talking a little bit of some football here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Just talking about how the NFL this year, seeing after our game, right? We have the Cowboys and Packers game afterwards. And just like the way the thing shifts, right? It's any given Sunday for a reason, they say that, right? Yeah, the Packers, the Cowboys. Cowboys are, everyone's dogging them, saying the worst defense ever. And what happens? Packers, who everyone was praising them week 1 after they beat the Lions. Last week, they get beaten by the Browns, and they come in like, oh, the Packers are going to take care of business when they play the Cowboys. They're mad about their loss. And what happens? The game ends up being a tie. And then the Giants and Chargers, right? We beat the Giants, and it's like, oh, the Chiefs barely beat the Giants by 13 points. That's a bad Giants team. Chargers are going to handle business when they go to New York. And what happens? Giants, wire to wire, beat the Chargers in that game. So it's just like, that's what the NFL is, man. It's like, I know people want to say, oh, it's a bad opponent. They're playing down on their opponents. They should beat their opponents. But like you always say, those guys are getting paid too.
You guys get paid, man. This is the NFL. And so, this ain't high school system area to poor. You're not going to go out there and just blow people out just by showing up. It don't work that way. These men that are out there on the football field have pride in themselves. They have pride in what they do. And it's early in the season that you can try to generate some wins to help you in your favor, obviously later on down the road. So why not try to accumulate things now? But trying to, and I get it. You look at teams, you wonder what they're doing. How do they look against, certain defenses or certain opponents? And then you just think it makes sense, right? That's the way it should go. And then all of a sudden, what you know is, hey, these guys over here, like you said, get paid too. And so that's what it's all about, man. It's competition. It's the best competition in the world in football. And that's what you're going to get week in and week out. Usually that's how it goes, Marcus. And I don't expect any less than that. So I don't buy into all of that. Oh, man, this team is – well, there's certain games you should win. There are certain games you should win. And sometimes you just don't. Sometimes the team's just better than you that day. And so we've seen that, like you said, yesterday. I tell you what, man. Chase Daniels said this, but I agree with him 1,000%. I absolutely hate ties. Absolutely hate it. It makes absolute zero sense. Yeah, I mean, the guys are putting all their time all this week. Didn't it just feel like a letdown at the end? It's like, oh, really? This is what it came to? It's like that in boxing too. I hate when they come in,
draws. Yeah, we hate draws. But it's also too like, right? They've gone through all these efforts and lengths to, sure up the overtime where both teams get a chance, right? Because now it's if you score a touchdown, I get a chance to score that touchdown too. And so we have that, but like we haven't done anything to get rid of the ties. I mean, at the end of the day, we should be playing for a win or a loss. So I think the rules committee, I don't know if they're going to do it. I know they always cite injuries and injury concerns of playing longer to replicate more of a college football. But like you've already done this point where one team can score a touchdown. It's not sudden death anymore. And another team also has a chance to score too. So like, let's sure it up all over the board and have it to be a play till someone wins. This whole tie business needs to be thrown away.
Yeah. I mean, if you did, let's say sudden death after you do the regulation, overtime regulation, cool. I'm with that. I don't mind that at all. At least everybody has a chance and opportunity, to have it in their, in their chance and, like it to win. But I absolutely hated it. I watched that game last night. I'm like, man, look at the buildup and all you there, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is where it's at. And you can tell the disappointment in guys' faces. Nobody wants to go home with a tie. Well, what is that? What is that? Seriously. I just feel bad for the guys because it was a great game and somebody should have won that.
I know.
So, they deserve to win that all the way to the end.
Yeah, and also too, it's also funny because they interviewed Dak after the game, and you could tell Dak was in between. He didn't know whether to be too bubbly, like after they get interviewed after a win, he didn't know whether to be too bubbly or to be like mad about it. So he was kind of like, you can see he's kind of unsure throughout the interview. Dak's an amazing interview. Have you ever guys watched a Dak press conference? He's amazing. He's a true professional when he goes up on the mic. But I watched him on that interview. I'm like, I can't tell if he's mad or happy about this, but like it was just one of those in betweens. He wasn't bubbly like he normally is after a win, but he also wasn't like pissed off. But again, you practice all week to not have the third win column. That third column should be empty. There should be a 1 there, but yeah.
I know he wasn't happy. Sure, you come out, it's like, hey, how can you be happy about something like that? You want to win.
Yeah.
Hey, look, we out here and it ends and we get beat fair and square, then so be it. Okay. We'll just take it on the chin. But to just end the game like in that way, nah.
Do you think it is I know the NFL always cites injury concerns and everyone always talks about why they've never gone to a college model. They always talk about injury concerns. What do you think it is?
It's money, pure and simple. It's TV. And so anytime that you start biting into other people's bottom line because they have other shows and stuff going on because they need to put it out there, that's, they paid for a slot. That's what they've done. And I'm sure they made concession to say, well, look, if it goes overtime, this is what you have. And they pay for that. But after that, it's like, well, it costs us more money. They ain't willing to do that. It's money. That's Marcus. Most of these things out here boil down to money. When you start looking at it, it's either somebody's getting paid or somebody not getting paid enough. Right? That's what it is. So it's all money.
Well, it's one of those things I feel like at some point they're going to go to, because I'm sure. Did you ever think they were going to go to a model where it is now, where it's like it wouldn't be just a sudden death overall? I think when you were playing, did you think at some point they were going to go to the model that it is now, whether you score a touchdown, the other team gets a chance at it? Did you ever think it was going to come to that either?
I think it was a possibility. Why not? I think that's, somewhat, I think it's fair. I had no problem with that whatsoever.
Yeah.
But the whole tie thing, I never agreed with, ever. So. Yeah.
And you know what? Like, they could just make it like another quarter where, how like when we played in the Super Bowl, remember it was, if it had gone to the other overtime when the clock went out, it was going to be an untimed thing. Just make it untimed and still have the same rules, but don't have a time element to it, because they're driving out the end of that game. They wouldn't have kicked a field goal. They would have tried to score a touchdown. They wouldn't have just kicked the field goal. And also too, if a team does score, if Dallas did score a touchdown on their first drive, who's to say Green Bay was going to go for 2 instead of going for an extra point? They probably would have gone for 2 to try to end the game.
Right. So, yeah, man, I don't know. Wild stuff.
Yeah, it is wild.
Hopefully and I don't like it. They keep taking integrity of the game. That's how I feel about it, man. Those guys put in all that time and effort into win a game, to compete. The least you can do is award them guys the chance and opportunity to take it all. Okay, that's what you should do. Too much money involved. Do all that. The bets and all. Who's betting on tie? I'm sure some people have. I'm sure they are, but
actually, NFL is one of the few. You can bet on it. It's one of those things where, for example, soccer. Like, I dabble when it comes to World Cup just to have fun with it. I don't know anything about soccer, but to have some stake in the game, right? That's the one where they give you the lines. They give you a tie line as well, because soccer, there's a lot of ties that happen.
Ties all the time, right? Yeah.
Whereas the NFL, I think you can do like a special bet where you do bet on a tie. But like, for example, my buddy last night, he had a giant same game parlay, put $5 into it, like $1,500, and he was like, "Oh, what's going to happen?" He got Micah Parsons a sack, which Parsons got that sack on that last drive of Dallas, and then he had Green Bay winning. But I was like, oh, I texted him. I was like, okay, you're good though, because if the game goes to a tie, it'll be a void. They'll just take out the Packers winning of that. It'll just be void. So it'll be the same leg, but they'll just take out the one leg where you had the Packers winning. But in soccer, if you bet on a team winning and it ends up being a tie, because they give you that tie option, your bet loses.
Okay.
Yeah. So NFL, you're set with when that happens.
Yeah. Was that officially a sack?
They gave him a sack for that.
Did they? Wow.
Yeah, Dak was displeased about that at the end of the game.
Yeah, he said I would have been too. I'm like, hey man, I'm taking off. You see me running. I'm up.
Because it was a run for no gain. So yeah.
He looked like close. He was past the line of scrimmage. I thought he was going to make it. So
they want to give Micah that little sack. They want to give him a little nugget.
See old Jerry up there looking like the crypt keeper.
Yeah. As he gets older, he's getting to look more like Al Davis, towards the end. But yeah, guys, tonight, JD, you had a nice message from Amda in the beginning of this. Have to catch most of the show on replay. Hopefully, no one gets a grade lower than a C tonight.
Oh no!
Ooh.
I don't know. No. Be some good grades, man. It could be, I looked over the film, and some things I was very pleased with. Still some things that are still concerning to me, and we'll talk about it. So, I think really, this was just a great win. Also, too, for Worthy to come in and do what he was able to do. The whole wide receiver core was phenomenal yesterday, really. I mean, they all did a great job. Tight ends and whatnot, Pat kind of getting the ball out of his hand. We have so much potential, man, just to put points up on the board. And there's no reason why we shouldn't. I know, we talked, offset about a little bit of, this whole Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco and the running backs and how these things look. And I'll say this. Does Rashard Smith warrant some more touches? I think he does. Okay. But I'm not counting our guys out. And I think we still need to stick with our run game, or at least get it developed better than what it is. And as we'll get through it, through this this whole film, talking about a few things, I think there's going to be some stuff that we just need to continue to just get better at, And I'll send you a couple of videos, Marcus, I wanted to kind of go over too. So we'll just kind of discuss it. We'll just kind of discuss it a little bit. So
sounds good to me.
Mm-hmm. But great win. Other than that, man, it was a great win. It was a great win for us. Took us a little while to get going like we needed to. And that's, when I said, keys to victory about tempo and setting the tone, we started to kind of figure it out. And great for our defense to get, the turnovers and things that we needed. That was a full team win. And that's exactly how it should look. Defense played a great job. Offense did a good job. Special teams did a pretty decent job in itself. I think the coaches did a pretty good job as well. So, seriously, going just back to it, man, it was a great win. They were frustrated. I'm going to tell you this, though, too. For whatever reason, they just stopped going to Derrick Henry. I have no idea why. But it was like, hey, almost like non-existent. Like we're gonna flip it and do something totally different. And I was just going through the film, I was just looking, I'm like, man, every time he touched the football, he was getting yards. It was hurting us. And then all of a sudden it was like, it's turned the faucet off. I'm like, okay, thank you. Appreciate it. So
yeah, they bailed on the run really early. I think Henry had 4 carries, 20 yards at the end of the first quarter. Because I told Tej, I was like, ooh, you're bet, man. I don't know. If 20 yards in quarter one. And then they just abandoned it altogether. And then they had Justice Hill in there for the rest of the game. It seemed like they just went to throw mode. I mean, when Justice Hill's in there, it's kind of like how it is with Brashard Smith. When he's in there, you're like, okay, we're probably not going to run the ball with Brashard Smith. And when Justice Hill's in there, there was that one player where Justice Hill actually had a pretty good run. It was like I don't know how it happened, but he freaking moved Leo Chanel like 5 yards. I don't know how that happened. But nonetheless, I mean, Justice Hill.
1 yard at the end of the game?
No. Earlier on in the game, he had like a 4-yard run. It was like a 3rd and 3 kind of thing, and he was able to kind of burst through, and he moved Chanel a couple of yards on that. It was early on in the game when they still had a chance. But like when Justice Hill's in there, they're going to throw the ball 9 times out of 10. And like it was just they went to throw mode like way too early in that game, and I think they could have had something on the ground. And I feel like that happens a lot when we play Baltimore, where they just abandon the run altogether. And it's like, okay, no, we need to be in this pass happy mode against the Chiefs. It's like, no, you don't. You just run the ball.
Yeah. So, man, I always try. I'm in playing offense. I look at the thought process, the scheme wise, how you supposed to attack certain defenses. What do you try to do, right? How do you mix it up? And I don't know if it's, for us on our side of the ball, at times it seemed off, and it's like we in the red zone. We literally within like 2nd and 5, and we passed the football. I'm like, we ain't even. So we had no other choice but to pass it on 3rd and whatever, 35 going in the end zone. No other choice. If you don't make it, got to throw it again. So that's what you're kind of left with. And so as opposed to like trying to get manageable yards, if a guy hits it all the way like to the 1 or something, that warrants. And I think pretty much all of those, you can almost say, is 4-down territory, right? If the defense is playing well, shoot, why not? But it is an easier thing when you're looking at 4th and 2, or 4th and go from the 2. Let me put it that way, okay? And hopefully we'll get to a point, Marcus. I don't know what it's going to take for us to do that. Even when we start bringing in 6 linemen and to run the football, but hopefully, man, it gets better. Hopefully it gets better. So we'll see.
Yeah, and it also seems like what you kind of mentioned, the conversation we had offline, it was because of stat that I saw today, that Saquon Barkley is averaging less yards per carry than Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco. And I know people all want to make it sound like Kareem Hunt and Pacheco are averaging like a 1 yard a carry, when really they're both averaging more than what everyone says is the best running back in the league. And those Philadelphia Eagles fans aren't pissed off at Barkley and want to go trade for another guy. They don't want to do that. But meanwhile, we have much of our fan base sitting here saying, oh, we need this guy, we need that guy, we need this person, we need that person. It's like, no. I mean, it was a very interesting stat that both our guys are averaging more per carry than Barkley. And what does that tell you, JD?
It's telling me a couple of things. And it's just not even Barkley. I'm just talking about the entire league in itself. Genty goes out there in Vegas. I don't really see anybody really tearing it up, as far as running backs. I mean, obviously, Indianapolis, you got, him, of course, the guys up there in Detroit. But I always hear everybody else want someone else here. They always want another guy here. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, what do you think they're going to do when you get somebody here who comes from a different place? It's toting the ball for 30 times a game. Ain't going to happen here. You can come and get that and, be the bell cow for 30 rushing attempts. Won't happen in the Chiefs offense. Sorry. And he will be told that before he gets here. Hey, listen, we get you 15 and 20, possibly, then we're good. We'll run it that way. But if you think you're going to come here and run the ball 25, 30 times a game, you are sadly mistaken. You might as well just turn yourself around, head back to where you are. And I like Pac. I like Hunt. I like Smith. I like our guys for what we do and what we ask them to do. I like it. I'm okay with it. And so what I'll say, and I'll show a little bit of this. I'm gonna send the film to you. It's not always their fault. It's not. And so when we do have opportunity, we want to be able to get those things right. We need to get those things right. If we can out-leverage defense, that's what we do well with jet sweeps and all those different type of motions, misdirecting guys and the defenses, that opens up holes for us. And that's kind of what our game is. But if we're like, not running downhill, shoulders square to the line of scrimmage, it could hurt us. And also too, from under center, I've been saying this. I don't know how many years I've been talking about this. From under center, how much more effective we are doing it that way. So people starting to take notice. I'm just like, yeah, you get better movement from the linebacker position, the action that you do from the backfield. There you got the running back actually coming downhill from a different vantage point as opposed to off to the side. And I get, shotgun, you got to be able to do those things. But if you do a majority of your runs from under center, it changes things. It does. Defense, what the defense looks at. And also too offensively how we do it. So that's the only thing, man, that I see that could help us out a lot. I think it was Dan Orlowski was sitting there saying that we did 25 plays from under center. It was something new. It was like, yeah, that's what we should be doing it. Okay, you can still sit back there and gun and RPO. You can still do those things, but sometimes under center, because of what you're trying to get accomplished, does help. It does do something to the defense. Okay, so maybe you need to incorporate a little bit more of that, man, in what we do. So
I mean, the number one thing I've seen today is I think I even saw a Chiefs fan commenting on one of our post-game episodes from last night saying, don't be too happy about this. It's a bad defense we just beat. It's like, what do you mean don't be too happy about this? I mean, like, what? I mean, like,
who said that?
It was nobody in the chat who's a regular in the chat, but it was one of our subscribers said, don't be too happy about this. We beat a bad defense. And I've seen some sentiments about this. I know other teams are commenting on some of the stats saying, Chiefs were happy about beating the 31st worst defense in the league. Like, congratulations, Mahomes beat up a bad defense. But when he does it, like for the last week when everyone thought Giants were a trash defense, when he didn't do that against them, it was like, it was a Giants, relax. But when he does it against the Ravens, but when the Chargers can't do anything against the Giants, like, actually, it's an underrated defense they have. What are we talking about here? The goalposts continue to move every time we play and have a good game or win.
Yeah.
Nuts. Absolutely nuts.
It is. But hey, man.
What are you going to do?
Actually, you know what? Actually, I want to do something real quick. Okay. We didn't get to do that. But I meant to do that, and I kind of got reminded of it. But I actually want to do a push. Y'all bear with us tonight, okay? All right? Y'all bear with us.
Russ's Android has a comment here. Appreciate the contribution, buddy. Appreciate that, my man. You get a little bell ringy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Russ's Android says, do you remember the play that Xavier broke that guy's ankles, threw him off like 10 yards? Oh, well, that was a great play. Amazing. That right there is when I think at some point during the game I tweeted, like, he's just a deep threat. He's everything. Like, Xavier Worthy can do it all. Sure, does he have to polish up his route running because it may not be, not be a top tier yet. He's only in his second year, right? But like, he can do it all. He can be your quick screen guy. He can be your bubble screen guy. He can be your jet motion guy. He can take you over the top. He can do a comeback route like that and break a guy's ankles. He can do it all, man. It's going to be fun to see this guy grow and continue to mature in the league. He's a beast.
Yeah, there's nothing he can't do. And so what we seen was, a weapon that came back last night and dictated what the game was going to be just by his offense alone, what he was able to do on the reverse. Like you said, stopping the deep ball. it just opens up your offense even more. And this is the thing is that they were working on at the end of the season, during mini camp, training camp, and all of a sudden he gets hurt. So all of a sudden, we don't see that part of it anymore. But this is how this thing looks when you got a Xavier Worthy in, right? Second year, even better. And I'll even talk about like how his growth. Okay, I got to play just to talk about and express what their growth looked like. So, yeah, brother.
Tyreek Hill was just carted off the field.
Really?
Left knee injury for Tyreek Hill. He carted off the field, and it looks like might be crying a little bit. I can't tell if it's a sweat or he's crying, but looked like he planted his leg out of bounds, and it was planted awkwardly. So, hoping for the best for our former Chief and Tyreek Hill. Hate to see that. You hate to see it.
Yeah.
He's already got an air cast on it. Eesh. Man. Rough stuff, man. These guys, man, you guys are warriors, JD. You guys go out there. I know everyone always wants to say, oh, they make so much money, but you guys go out there, give it your life and everything out there on the football field. That's why when guys hold out for money and want more money, it's like, well, you see stuff like this and you're like, I mean, every play could be their last snap. And like, regardless of what you think about a player, if you don't like Tyreek Hill, the way he handled the situation when leaving Kansas City, I mean, you hate to see stuff like that. It really pains you to see guys go out because, I mean, who knows? I mean, and sometimes guys are never the same. And even if they do come back, they're never the same player they were before the injury. So it's really, really sad to see that.
Yeah, man, it's part of the game. That's what happens, and that's – I hope he's all right. I know he's got an air cast on it and stuff, and maybe hopefully speedy recovery to him. For a guy like Tyreek Hill, man, shoot, his legs, whew, that's his calling card right there, man. His calling card. It's almost like a blackjack dealer without his hand. I'm sure you could probably do it.
Yeah, it's not gonna be as easy.
Won't be as easy. Won't look the same. But
yeah. Good for Casey Fairbairn. I can't believe that people were saying we should trade for Tyreek. I mean, Tyreek Hill is still a beast in the football field. I mean, who would have known this was going to happen? An injury was going to happen to the guy. So, and we have a million weapons too. So the trade didn't make sense, but saying this injury, it's
All right, so I'm gonna send this picture to you. I actually want to. Today is my brother's birthday, Charles. I wanted to say happy birthday to
him. Charles.
I'm gonna send a picture to you, Marcus, to put it up there. All right, I haven't gotten this as good on this thing.
All right, bringing it up. How old's the young man turning?
Charles is, if I told you, you wouldn't even believe it.
There he is.
Charlie D. Big brother watching this, man. Happy birthday, brother. I'll let you know, and I'll put it out there and show it to you, man. So everybody, if you get a chance in your chat, tell everybody, wish my brother Charles a happy birthday. Okay. I know he like to see that, man. He's a huge Chiefs fan, and we a huge Charles Dunn fan on here as well. So, big bro, love you. Love you, love you, love you.
Happy birthday, Chuck. That was a good one, buddy.
Everybody, I got into the Mercer County Hall of Fame that we had here. And it was for the top 50 players in our county. And when I was one of my speeches, I was sitting there talking to everybody. And of course, I was like, everybody was asking, when I came through the league, like, who was, your heroes in the NFL? Was it this guy, that guy? This? I said, hey, man, my heroes were my brothers, my older brothers. That's who my heroes were. I said, those are the guys I wanted to be like. I like Walter Payton and those guys, but, for me, my heroes, obviously besides my pops is my brothers. That's what it was. And so, I had, my brother Bubba, G, Duke, Charles, John, Glenn, and Tim. That's my brothers, my big brothers right there. And so just want to let you know that Charles Daniel, I know he just got back from Europe. I know he went over there for a little while. Yeah.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah, nice little time out there. So happy birthday, brother. Many blessings to you. Love you. So
Happy birthday, Charles. A great dude. When I met your family, he was one of your whole family was embraced me, but Charles and I were talking all night at the cigar bar. Every time I saw him, I spoke for 20 minutes at a time with Charles. So yeah, Charles is a good man, as is everybody in the Dunn family.
Oh yeah. Is it somebody else's birthday too? Is somebody else saying?
It's our guys, Harvey Hubert.
Harvey. Hey, Harvey Hubert, man. Good to see you. Happy birthday to you, my brother. He is a great man. JD, don't say you've never seen me in here before. All right, I won't, Harvey. I won't. I know you was the one that kept saying like that. JD says he's never. Yeah, you're right, Harvey. Okay. I've been waiting for you to come back so I can just tell you happy birthday. How about that, brother? All right. Today is your day, just like it is my brother's day. So blessings to you, Harvey. Good deal. Yes, sirree. You got to celebrate birthdays and stuff, man. Good.
Always.
Too short, brother.
Life is too short. That's for dang sure.
Appreciate the people that you got around you. You love them.
Yeah.
So
100%, JD.
All right, man. We're gonna get into some football now, huh, Marcus? Some grades.
Let's do it, baby.
All right.
Let's do it.
Okay.
So you want to go through our normal grade stuff, and as a certain position groups come along, I'm sure you'll send me some clips.
Real. Yes.
Cool.
Huh?
Cool.
Yep.
All right. Let's dig in, baby. Let's dig in.
All righty.
As always, we start with our offensive coordinator and our head coach, Matt Nagy and Andy Reid.
Matt Nagy and Andy Reid. I know when Nagy's called the plays. Oh, do you really?
When it's bad, you can tell it's Matt Nagy. When it's good, you can tell it's Andy Reid.
Making fun because it's just, what people say is crazy. I had a great conversation the other day, man, with Juan Castillo. I was talking to Juan, just talking about EB a little bit and all those. And everybody talks about EB, and I love EB. We got Nagy here. Nagy's been here. He understands how things work in his offensive stuff. Andy and Nagy, I think, did a good job this week preparing for the ball, for the Ravens. Obviously, when you have a weapon like Xavier Worthy back, it opens up your offense a little bit. Okay, kind of like I said, it puts another quiver back in, or put another arrow on your quiver. That's what happens. And so when you have a guy like him, then you can go bombs away. That's what can happen. And so we did. We went up top a couple times with him. Right off the bat, giving the football. How about that, Marcus? How about that? Everybody's sitting there talking about, well, shoot, he's going to be a decoy. Really? Xavier Worthy being a decoy? Never. That never happened. Never happened. But I think they called a pretty decent game. Just a couple things that we did miss. I think the first few series looked okay to me, but I think they did a pretty decent job, man. So I gave Andy and Nagy, I actually give them a B.
Okay. Why? I'm curious. What? What? Why did you go? I guess B. So what would you like to see I guess needs improvement on from B to get an A? What would get to that?
Well,
That's a nice A.
yeah, I mean, I alluded to it at the very beginning. Sometimes we're down there at 2nd and 5. I think we should run the football. We just don't. Some of the things that we called in the first kind of half I was like, man, is there something else that we could do? Yeah, maybe. So I mean, they did a good job. They did a good job. Yeah, I think B is a fair assessment for what they did. I think it was a good game plan. B's not a bad. It's not a bad grade. Not a bad grade at all. You want guys to go out there and execute it. Yeah, Lars English B minus. Yeah, first quarter. I mean, first quarter. Like I'm just going back through it. What I've seen on film, and I thought some of those things we should have done. We could have taken advantage of. Maybe calling some things differently to kind of help us out. But I get this is what our offense is going to be, and so when we do kind of rely on the pass, then you're not going to necessarily get the run going. But I think you have to do that early. You got to do it early to help yourself out often. Okay, early and often. Then throw the football down the field. So. So what's it? Hey, JD, we fighting if you don't give an A to something we made Lamar quit. Well, we'll see if somebody's gonna get an A tonight. We have to find out. But those guys, man, I think they did an awesome job. I think they did an awesome job as far as calling the game. You could call it, you could give it a B plus if you want to. You definitely give it a B plus.
Was this your highest grade so far for the offensive play calling this year?
Did I give him a B on somewhere else?
Maybe.
I think it might be this might be the highest one, Marcus. This might be the highest one. Okay. And the reason I say this also too is, if everybody's using the reasoning that this defense was decimated because of injury, maybe we could have ran the football a little bit more than what we did. That's what I was expecting. And so when I come and I look at it, the carries, it was good to see Kareem get that. Isaiah had 7 for 35, Kareem 13 for 34, Smith 4 for 9. That was all at the end. Pat had 4 for 5. And then you have Xavier for this too. So I like that we had to, the runs that we needed, but those runs came when it was like short yardage. It was like, 3rd and 1 or 4th. And you know what I mean? Like we had to go get it. And that's fine. That to me was fine. I had no problem with that whatsoever. I'm like in the field, how about we set that up down and make it a short, 2nd and short? Let's do that. If we are 2nd and 5, okay, in that range, and 2nd 5 and less, okay, we used to have in our playbooks, we used to go through all the plays that basically was on our list, okay, through those ranges. All right, that's how it was. That's how we operated in our offense. Now, a totally different offense, and I'm sure in their list, 2nd and 5, they're looking at probably more pass than they are run plays. My thing is, I do believe that we need to incorporate a little bit more runs into this. I just think that we need to. And if we're going to bring in Jalen Moore for those things, fine, do that. I have no problem whatsoever doing it because that opens you up with a play action. If you want to run play action with Jalen Moore in there, by all means, let that happen. Let that happen. And if you get the one-on-one that you need up top, then shoot. Let's do it. Our guys are great one-on-one on the outside. I'm good with that. So I love how we try to incorporate Jalen Moore coming in because we got to let this guy play. We're paying a lot of money. Why not let him come in and be like that extra tackle or that tight end, to kind of open up some of the holes. So that's what I say. So that's why I gave it a B. If you want to say B plus, hey, that's why I'm B. Y'all can be B plus. I'm giving it a B. Okay.
Yeah. I gotta say on a couple plays where they had Moore next to Josh Simmons on that left side, woof, man, yeah, Towers over there, man. I would love to run behind those two guys. Woo.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna go to the offensive line now, I believe. Offensive line, yep.
O-line. O-line got a C+ last week. Did a great job protection. They did a really good job, kind of picking up the twist, staying in front of the guys, giving Pat some time. There was times that Pat took off, but I mean, that was really just him, like not really finding anybody, just trying to make something happen. So you could look at it as maybe like that's that coverage pressure. The Pat's like, okay, let me, clocks went off to my head. Did a good job in that regard, okay, in the pass protection. Run game, still some things that need to be addressed. Okay, so that's going to be one of my first videos I send to you, Marcus. Okay, let me see. What is this? No, that's not it. Because we have talented backs. Okay, we do, and when we have backs that are capable of getting a lot of yards, I like Bashar Smith coming in and him running hard. We gave him one kind of down the pipe, and it was good to see. And so
when I see like A-Chain for the Dolphins come in, because he's very similar build to Brashard Smith, I could definitely see a future where he's being utilized like that. I mean, I know they give him a lot of touches. I mean, they kind of mix it up between catches and carries, but I could definitely see, that's probably like ceiling right to get to Brashard Smith. And if I'm wishing for the stars there, but like I could see him being utilized like that. Very, very similar stature guy, also very explosive guy. I'd love for us to kind of utilize Brashard Smith like that at some point.
Oh yeah, no, I would too. The thing is, hold on, I'm gonna send this one to you as well. So I'm sending you 3 of them. Okay.
Okay.
But there's some things and give some examples. So I'll give you something I'm actually referencing and talking about. Okay. This is kind of some things I just pulled up. How do we need to handle it? And look, I'm not saying that all these things need to be perfect, because they don't. Okay. I understand that. Like we say, the guys on the other side get paid too. And so, but I do have some high expectations. I think we all do for this offensive line. They have high expectations on what they want to be able to accomplish, right? I don't think I'm, misstating anything here at all. And so maybe that's when I go in, I understand what our expectations are for this group. They have it too. So I'm looking to hold them up to that standard, right? Are we sitting there saying that the guys that are up front that are getting paid a whole lot of money, we expected a lot. We're expecting holes to be happening, opening up, and it's not going to be perfect. I'm not expecting perfect. I'm not. But I do look for our guys to open up the holes even more for our running backs. That's what I expect, okay? And they've been doing a much better job. Let me put it this way. They've done a much better job than what they had from the very beginning to where they are now, okay? And I think a lot of it has to do with us running the football even more, Marcus. So that's where I am. So let me see. So we'll put on the first video. You get all of them?
Yes, they're downloading right now.
Okay. So, like Laura Zinger said, like run game depends on line. It does. You expect your running backs to run the whole. They know where to run. They know what to look at. They know how to what they're looking for. So if we're we're sitting there saying, like, look, this is the hole. This is where we're expecting to go for this. Is this the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. So this one was right off like the I think after where we had his long run. So we come back. So we're pulling our guard and our tackle from the left side. It's left guard and left tackle pulling. So we should be blocking back. Creed's blocking back to the 2-eye technique, the one that's on Sumate. The defensive end is on Josh Simmons is being held by one, also the pitch guy, but also two, Patrick Mahomes is holding this guy. Okay. That's how the plate is designed, right? And let's just see how it's going to look on the front side with our guys. Okay. Got some yards here. Same thing. We want to be able to come off the football. It looks like might be in a 2-point stance. Go ahead and run it. We should be doubling from the line of scrimmage, defensive tackle all the way to the linebacker. Okay.
And that's the same play, just a different view.
Yep. Go back. Mm-hmm. So we fall. I mean, this is a big play right here. Go back a little bit. It's like little things like that, right? Okay. Hunt could still be off the gate, and defensive tackle on Trey comes off and makes the play. Or is that on Noah? Or is that Noah, the one that's on Noah Gray? Looks like. Yeah, I think it's 45, maybe. Yeah, come off Noah Gray.
That was Noah's guy, yeah.
Yeah. So but we got to keep our feet. These things happen. Things happen.
Did he trip on someone's foot here? Did he trip on Creed?
I don't know. Not sure. Let me see. Yeah. Creed's stepping. He's got to open up. He's got to know he's open up and coming straight down the line of scrimmage. He's got to get depth. You know, maybe Creed should be coming off even more, not stepping his way. You know, the guy's pulling. Okay. He got to make sure he opens up on his pull. So he's not. So that just like that, your feet getting tangled up, it happens, but you know, shoot.
That clogs the lane there, man. That stop, and Simmons has to stop for Asuma, and then Hunt has to stop for Simmons there.
Yeah. So, okay. So let's go. Yeah. So Kareem, you see, Kareem had to like kind of slow down. He's stepping like, oh shoot, you know. And these little snafus happen in a football game. They do. But I'm saying sometimes when you're looking for big yards from our running backs and something like this happens, is that Kareem's fault? I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, I mean, even still, that play could have still gone if Noah Gray held his block on that guy. It still could have gone even with that snafu.
Yeah, yeah. So let's go to the next play. So we go to the zone. Go back. Backside defensive tackle. This is a hard block. Trey's got to he's got to post this guy. Okay, post. He's got him on his outside shoulder. He's got to post him up so Juwan can take over, and he goes up. All right, with Roquan, and this is. Let me see how the post looks. Boom, look not too bad. Good, gives him a good strike. He comes. Great double team by Creed and them on the front side over here. That's wonderful. And we just this far away. We just this far away from that. This far away. You know what I mean? Like that's like this is the things, and we'll get there. We'll get there. We're almost there. Okay. So we're going to the next play. And I like this, being even now, like from under center, this will look different too. If it's from under center, Kareem's able to come downhill. The guy might not be able to make a play from backside. If he watches him, Kareem could take that cut him back off Juwan's tail. Let me see. Rashard Smith in. I'm going to show you how to root a guy out the. This is a good play. Watch how he roots backside defensive tackle. Watch Trey pull. That's what you do. That's how it's supposed to look. That right there, it looks like the best guard in the league. You do things like this. Right? Falls. But Trey still goes all the way down to go get him. Hat on the hat. Okay. Creates a pal. The Sumate, good. Gets tripped up. He's out the gate. He's on 14. That's what you want. One-on-one. So it's like a little bit of that lane just there. We are this close. We are this that close. So with that being said, man, I gave our offensive line. I gave him a B. I gave him a B. Okay, because their pass protection was good. I think they did a solid job this week. Just little things like that I was just seeing that we were just missing. Okay, and I gave him a B for that. But it's definitely an improvement from a C+ to a B. So they have improved. So.
Yeah, King Suma, I saw earlier his PFF grades have gone up each week, pass protection wise. Each week it's gotten better. I think I had it here. So 56.9 week 1, 33.8 week 2, 33.8 week 3, and then week 4, 88.2. Good.
That's what we expected. Everybody was willing to bench him and get somebody else in there. When people ready to do that. So he's going to get better week in and week out. That's how it works. That's how it works. So B for the offensive lineman.
B, love it. Love to see it. Lawrence Simmons was awesome. Yes, he was. All right. Now we got wide receivers, and there's some wagers in the chat that you were going to give them. This is one of the position groups that you're going to give an A to, J.
Yeah. Wide receivers look good. Came in. Xavier Worthy. What else do we need that needs to be said? Immediately makes an impact. Deep routes, reverses, Juju scores, Tyquan Thornton scores, Hollywood Brown scores. I mean, these guys, all the guys are just scoring points, man. That's what you want to be able to see. So those guys did a great job. It looks good. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send you a video from what I was talking about, like how I was telling you like that this. And I'll send it to you. But the improvement. But from what I've seen, Xavier Worthy, what he made. Okay, we'll kind of go through that real quick. But for me, the wide receiver did a great job. I know we showed the one that Juju was making a hard play. Look, and that, thank God they didn't call it. Because it could have been a flag. It definitely could have been a flag on him. And I was just like, geez, I'm glad they hold that flag right there in your pocket. Hold it right there in your pocket. But it was just a good effort on him, just trying to get in the way, trying to do something, especially when like, okay, shoot, my guy's going to get in here and try to score. Yeah, but they could have easily called something on him on that one, man. Back of the legs, swiping them and cutting them like with his hands. I seen them penalize guys for less, but the effort in itself is what gets an attaboy, right? That's what gets an attaboy. These guys did a great job, man. So I gave the wide receivers, I gave them a B-. No, I didn't. Hey, man, the wide receivers are exceptional this week, man. They got the first A. They got an A.
Oh, that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, they did a great job. They did. On our RPOs, man, catching the football. I mean, they did a great job. They did. So
up and down the board, yeah. All of them really had filled in nicely.
Mm-hmm.
All right, got the clip you just said. This is a receiver's clip, JD?
Yes. So what I want everybody to watch on this is Xavier Worthy and him running this route. I love that he was in motion while he's running this route. But also, too, watch how he sets the corner up, okay? One of the things that X had to get better at last year was saving himself room on the sideline, okay? And I see my brother Deshaun Hammond's in here. And so Deshaun can understand. He knows what I'm talking about. I'll tell y'all, anytime you run a go route, okay, you want to be able to save room on the sideline so you can catch it on the outside shoulder. Okay, that's what you want to be able to do. And so that's why you see some of these deep balls, you'll hear some of the announcers like, man, just keep it in the stadium, right? That means if he's throwing out of bounds, like, man, give him a chance. At least give him a chance. And the wide receiver should be running the route to save him room. So if he should be able to get on top of the defender, he gets on top of him, then he got more room to kind of work, the sideline if he needs to. Maybe a toe tap or if it's an air throw a little bit, but you want to be able to save the room because the thing is, if you're running all the way out of here to get pushed out, where he was getting pushed out a little bit last year, in his first year in the league, they know the DBs know how to use that sideline to their advantage. Push a guy out. That's what you're going to do because he can't be the first one to come in and touch a ball. That's for daggone sure. So you just run him out of the play. You ain't got nothing in him. And also, too, it cuts down, him being able to make the plays. But watch X on this one. It's a great job by him. This is how you're going to tell the guy's going to be really good. Whoop, give it to me. No drift. Ball. It's a perfect throw. It's a perfect route. I mean, it's what you want. Save himself a lot of room. That's a lot of space from that sideline. Last year, he was kind of giving himself about a yard or two from that sideline. Get your real estate back. Perfect. That's exactly how it's supposed to look. Because at that point, you got your real estate. You could toe tap. You could step out. You could get your legs up. You never know what's going to happen. And so that right there is where I've seen X just kind of in his growth. But obviously, when he was able to set the DB up with that, man, there you go. Got to run the red line. That's right. Stack the defender. So when he says stack the defender, you got to stack to get on top of him. That's what Deshaun is saying on that. And this is how this play is supposed to work. That's the way it's supposed to look. So this. Yeah, he did. Tailgate Worthy played smart too, avoiding the risk of being re-injured. He did. He knew when it was time, like, hey, man, you don't need to take a hit on there. Go down when you need to. But he was electric when he came back, man. All those guys were. They did a great job.
Even the way he was falling on catches, too, it was like he was avoiding any upper body stuff. I think there was one where he tried to lay out for it. He kind of did one of those things where you kind of put his arms back behind him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you don't want to do like this. Yeah, hey, go back here.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It was like they spent that week trying to get that right with him. This is what you're gonna have to do. Which I'm sure they went over a lot of different things with him to try to make sure there's no re-injury with the injury.
Oh yeah. So man, when Rasheed Rice comes back and you got him doing it, man, this is going to be, glorious to watch this. But yeah, the wide receivers got an A.
Hey, there you go. I mean, well deserved. Man, the entire chat was, "Yep, this is going to be the A for the day," and then it was.
Mm-hmm. That's for
What's
sure.
up, Stu? I see Stu in the chat. What's up, Stu?
Stu was in here.
You ever want me? Just let JD know. Take care of yourself. What's he talking about?
You ever want me? Just let JD know. Take care of yourself. All right. We'll take care of ourselves, man. You take care of yourself, Stu.
Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Brother. Yeah. Appreciate you, Stu. Thank you, sir.
All right. So we got running backs now.
RBs. So the running backs did a good job, man. Brashard Smith coming in, catching the football out the backfield. I think they did a great job. I think, for what they were able to get, they got some good yardage. People could complain. They complain about whatever, right? Oh, geez, they needed more yards here. And well, it's okay. Maybe not. But I think the guys did a pretty decent job. They had a couple of drops. They did. But other than that, I think they played a great game. And so it was good to see that Kareem coming in, being the best short yardage back in the business, does it again. I couldn't even believe that we were having a conversation if Kareem Hunt was going to make the team. Like literally, we was talking about, I'm like, what are we saying here? What are we talking about? Why would we want to have a guy like this here? I mean, shoot. So I don't know. And if people were talking this way before the season, I just I have no idea what you're saying. I just don't. I didn't get it. So I mean, the running backs, man, did a great job. I gave them a B. Of course, the drops, affected that, but they did get a B.
Yeah, the drops were crucial. The Brashard one especially and Pacheco one both come to mind for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Brashard, too, I know it's an element of the game we didn't really talk about, but that one catch he had where he kind of tight roped it up the sideline, broke a few tackles, and we had a 17-yard game. Probably should have been an 8-yard game. He had to make it 17 out of it.
Yeah. Yeah. And he made up for the drop. So, yeah.
Yeah. And I love the fact that after the drop, I think that was a play or two later, they went right back to it on the other side and gave him that one. So that, shows confidence and trust in a young buck.
Oh, yeah. It did. So, and like I said, especially in our offense, he's going to warrant getting more looks, getting more playing time. Because it's those things we do. We do things like that, jet sweep, quick screens, bubble. Anything we do with throwing the ball out the backfield, he's perfect for, right? One-on-one with the linebacker or safety, whoever it is. You would decide to run empty with him. You could do it where he's out there against the corner. That's what he has to his game. What I did see, though, and I showed you the video of him kind of getting up in there. He hit the hole a couple of times really well. So you may see that at the very beginning, Marcus, because he kind of started the game out for us, And so this is all great competition. It's all great competition for him. And if they work this rotation like they did this past week, I think we're going to be all right. I think we'll be all right. We just got to learn how to utilize all of them just use them right way. So,
yeah. I mean, the way we talked about yesterday on the show, the way they kind of sprinkled in Brashard with having, drive one being Pacheco, drive two being Kareem, but they still were able to rotate Brashard Smith within both drives. I love the way they did that.
Yeah. Yeah, they had that one with the shovel pass and it didn't work. I was like, daggone, it would have been there.
Mm-hmm.
And Pat took off. So,
yeah. All right. So now I believe we have tight. Yes, we do. We got tight ends here. Our favorite position group, baby.
TEs, man. Well, always good to see the guys. Travis Kelce had 5 catches, 48 yards. Noah Gray had 1 catch. Trav blocked pretty decent. Noah Gray did an okay job on the blocking too. Our guys, watching Travis make the first downs and the energy he was able to add to what we did. I truly believe his plays revitalized us, especially at times when we needed it. Like we need to get like 8 yards. We need somebody to make a play. Trav would go get 8. I'm like, okay, well, shoot. There we go. Kind of move the chains. That's the way it's supposed to look. And so when you start seeing these superstars make plays, then it makes everybody around you, sign of relief. It does. Like, God, okay, Trav is making plays. Good. Now we all can kind of go play. And so, with that being said, man, our tight ends, they had a B last week. I'm going to give them a B+ this week. B+. Yeah.
Russ's Android, after a win yesterday, I expected more energy from JD. What? Feels like a funeral.
What's that?
I don't know. Russ's Android said, I expected more energy from JD tonight, especially after a win last night. And he said it feels like a funeral. No, we celebrated the win yesterday, buddy.
Yeah, man. We evaluation, man. So you want me to get hype on this thing, man, and a little bit lower than, I can do that if you want me to. Shoot, I can always get more hype anytime, baby. Shoot, Rusty Roy. This is my evaluation when I'm thinking in my head, I'm evaluating. This is like my coach's conversation. Y'all with me. This is like the coaches meeting, what we're having right now, okay? Through the evaluation. But what I will do, I will pump this up a little bit more for you, Rusty Roy. I got you, baby. Hey, your wish is my command. I got you, okay? And I maybe I am a little monotone and stuff. And I think we're trying to figure all this out, with the video, putting it out there, and these guys. But hey, man, great win. So we'll jump on this, Rusty Roy. Okay? But B+ for my tight ends is what we got. Okay, that's what we are. All right, B+ for my guys. So
there was that one play yesterday. It was the one where Trey Smith kind of nailed Noah Gray, and Noah Gray got up and he threw the ball to him, and I was kind of surprised Noah Gray didn't end up getting that first down there. He looked slow as heck. All could be on that play, and it feels like he was trying to edge to the sideline. We're like, that's a small cornerback, man. Just try to go up. Just try to go straight for the. Just go straight up on the field there and truck the cornerback if need be. But I felt like on that play he looked slow as heck, and he was just trying to angle for the pile on with the sticks. I felt like he's just gone straight up and have that cornerback try to square up with you.
Yeah, I agree. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I agree. And I was like, huh? Don't know.
Sure, Bob Tyne would have gotten that first down.
Bob.
When are we going to see a little bit more of him? Do you think it's just he's just tight end 3 until otherwise? I mean, what I'm not saying to elevate him to being tight end 2, but I was hoping we'd see a little bit more of him. He showed a lot during preseason, which I thought he'd be implemented a little bit more.
You know what? There's
so many weapons. So that's the hard thing as well. There's so many dudes in the receiver room too.
It's so many weapons, but also too, I think for our tight ends, for him to get playing time, we got to see a little bit more from the blocking element, because now all of a sudden, Jalen Moore's coming in as that 6th guy for short yardage and whatnot, which kind of and I'm not opposed to it. When you run to the football, you got to do those things. But also too, man, tight ends, should we get into blocking? But also, and look, play action for us, and us guys catching the football, we can go one-on-one with anybody, Marcus. We can. We could go one-on-one with safeties, corners, linebackers. It doesn't matter. We would be able to win that matchup. We could. So I'm right there with you. Can we just at least get him 1 or 2 balls thrown to him? When we do short yardage, how about the play action? All the short yardage, we set them up. Shoot, 2nd and 5. Bring the tight ends in where you think you may be, run the football in the red zone. How about that? 5 going in, 3 tight ends? Absolutely. Bigger bodies? But you give a chance where you could run the football and you could throw it. So that's what I'm looking for. Okay. And Tanya will be he'll give us some of his juice. We get juice from everybody. He give us some of his juice. And look, there's one ball going. There's only one football. There's only one.
Yep.
And so now more weapons are coming back. It's going to start getting crowded. That's the way it is. But that's why I was saying we should have utilized, the 3 tight end set, 13 personnel earlier. Should have done all of that. So now guess what? Now we got 6 linemen coming in. Jalen Moore's coming in for that tight end. He's going to be that guy. Okay. Now we're going to start dumping balls off to him. And I hate to see that. I hate to see that. And I really pissed me off. Seriously. Because you got to look at each other like, yo, that's our ball. That should be ours. That should be ours. So.
Yeah. And I feel like I'm not saying anything about Noah Gray, but I feel like I think I've seen a lot of missed blocks from 83 so far this year. And it's not that I want Tanya to take his reps altogether, but I do feel like Tanya showed enough during preseason where he could take some of 83's reps just to see what he can do as far as blocking in there. I'm not even saying catch balls. I'm just saying put 85 in there to see, how he can be an asset within the run game as well. Because right now it seems like one of the only tight ends who's actually doing any kind of blocking is Travis Kelce, kind of putting, being one of our better blockers out there.
Yeah. I mean, Travis does a great job, man. Noah usually does a great job. He does, and he's been struggling a little bit in that department, the block. But hey, man, he's we need to be put in those positions. We rooting guys out. We got to catch the daggone football. Those things need to happen because then, like I said, we only got one football man, and all these playmakers are showing up. So,
yeah, I agree. All right, so we got our quarterback, our last one, our commander in chief. PM15.
PM15. Pat did a good job last night. I think he was very patient. A couple times I wanted him to kind of throw the football, and I wouldn't say he held it, but I know he's looking for the deep ball. He's looking for downfield, okay? And I don't fault him on those things. I think he did a good job as far as, making some of the decisions, put some balls where they, guys could make plays. So he did a good job. He did a good job. Last week he had a B- from off that win. This week I'm giving Patrick Mahomes a B+.
B+. Interesting. What did you want to see more of? Just him being more decisive with the ball.
I told you, there's standards, right? There's standards. There's standards. There's standards. Okay, 4 touchdowns is hard. I mean, seriously, and that's what I was just sitting there thinking, like, dang, God, is this 2
years? 2 years.
Yeah. You know what? Pat deserves an A for that, man.
There you go.
He deserves an A. He does. Shoot, 250. Okay.
270.
Or 270 yards. What was it? How many touchdowns under 30? First one getting there? Yeah. Pat get an A for that, man. Yeah, what am I thinking? B+. Yeah, he get an A for that. After looking at all the accolades and stuff that he did, man, he put the ball where he needed to. So,
and it was spread that ball around. Juju touchdown, Taekwon touchdown, Hollywood touchdown, Pacheco touchdown. He was giving it to everybody, man. He was, you get a TD, you get a TD, you get a TD.
He was Santa handing out Christmas presents. He was.
He was.
So.
Go for Casey forever. This must be your first rodeo on JD's Monday morning tight end show, buddy. He doesn't give out A's. You gotta earn that A, man.
Yeah.
Marcus must not have placed that bet himself. So I did place that bet. So funny story about it. I'll post it online. So I played my bet, went 4 out of 5 on that one. But we were having a discussion with JD on afterwards if you can do it less than 275. I ended up doing 220 plus yards, and I took some of Taja's bets, put some of my bets, and added the Chiefs winning in it. Put 25 to win 750 last night on that bet. So I took 4 of Tage's and I took 4 of mine, but then I lessened the 270 to 220 and I added the Chiefs victory and I ended up winning $750 on a $25 bet. So yeah, our betting show did give us something. They gave us something in the end.
Very good.
There we go.
See, perfection 2K said 4 touchdowns was once Pat's average. Yeah, that's what he was doing. Pat was just lighting folks up. And that's, matter of fact, that's, obviously Worthy got hurt, Dab Rashid. But I was saying, man, we should be averaging with the team that we have. Once all the guys get back, we should be averaging 4 touchdowns. Easy. No question about it. So,
maybe not this week. I'm hearing tough things about Jacksonville's defense. Some of these pundits on TV are saying, "Be careful, Jacksonville's defense." You saw what they did to Brock Purdy. All right, so now we're going to go to the defensive side of things, and we're going to begin with our dear leader, Steve Spagnuolo. Spags.
Spags, I think, called a brilliant game. All the guys had to do was execute, and they was able to do that. But as far as like how to handle Lamar, I gave him just an A+ on that. The thing is, some of the runs that we gave up is just guys one-on-one, just get off the ball. Get rid of the guy and make the play. It's almost like what we seen on the film I showed on us, how those guys are getting rid of our guys and making plays or get an arm on a guy. That's how it's supposed to look. That's how it's supposed to look. And so Spags put guys in position to make plays. That's what he did. And, they did a good job containing Baltimore for what they did. I think, like I said before, I love running the man. I love running the blitz. I love running the delayed blitz. They ran a middle dog cross the one time. I think, matter of fact, there was a middle dog cross for the one that Leo Chanel got a interception on. So, kudos for just even calling that, okay, and especially in that time. And that's what I loved about it, because Spags was just kind of patient. And he just told everybody, look, just be patient, okay? We're going to make plays. Hey, we'll give them 5 yards. We need to go ahead and get a couple to, Mark Andrews, fine. But we didn't want to give up the big plays. They got a couple of long runs on us. But I think for the most part, I think Spags did a good job calling the game. I gave Spags a B+.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you were to change up anything that he did or did not do, I mean, what would it be? Just that first drive? I mean, what would be what could get Spags A+? I know, like Patrick Mahomes, we have high standards for Spags. But what would have been like your only kind of change as far as what you would like to see?
Shoot, nothing. I think he brought the blitz early. He brought it early just to let them know what they're going to be dealing with the entire game. I think that's what you have to do. Lean on them jokers immediately, just to know and let them know what they're dealing with. Spags did that.
Yeah.
Right out the gate. Let's go. Let's blitz. Let's give you something to to look at. I don't think there was anything else that he could have. And I think the rotation of his personnel was good too. Put it that way. That's why I kind of gave him attaboy. I like how he mixed it up. Leo Chanel playing on the inside of defensive tackle, standing up. So he gave a myriad of things for them to look at. So, I think he did a good job. Because the main thing was contain Lamar Jackson. I think we did that. He got the one to the outside, which, if Minahu didn't fall, the guy didn't pull him down, we still would have corralled him. That was the only one that he really took off on us. And then we was able to get him up out of the game. So, yeah, B+ by Spags.
Yeah, Spags definitely, or Lamar definitely tapped out because of Spags' defense. And Perfection 2K, let's not forget us, the Arrowhead crowd. Yeah, you guys definitely assisted with Spags. You guys were Spags' intern yesterday with the multiple delay of games, all that stuff. You guys were rocking in the crowd yesterday. Yeah, the defense was rocking. They were dominating. The crowd was rocking, and then the offense was scoring. Man, it was a nice trifecta yesterday with the crowd, offense, and defense.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now we're going to go to our defensive line. Our guy, Chris Jones, just gets off the flight a couple of minutes before game time, gets to the stadium 20 minutes before we got to take the field, man. That was awesome seeing that whole thing happen.
Yeah. Me and Susan were talking. You said, man, when you have the means to do it, you got to do it. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't have had it any other way. I'd have been like, absolutely be at your auntie. You need to be home? Definitely be at home. That's what you should do. First priority. And I'm glad that he was able to do it. They allowed him to do it. And he was able to get back and get an escort all the way back, man. But that shows, man, his perseverance, his character, who he is. It's not like Chris needed to do too much of a warm-up anyway. He's going to be fine. Chris Jones shows up, man. He could come out there, man, in his slides, flip-flops, and do that type of work. That's how good he is. But everybody else on the D-line, I think, did a good job getting after Lamar, creating some pressure. Tillery went ahead and got him one. The minute who got back there probably should have had a sack. Kalafis went ahead with some hustle plays, got him a good one. Our D-line did a great job, man. They did a great job. So maybe off the block, could have maybe did maybe a little bit more from the run game. That's all I seen. So I gave them a B.
The one thing I've seen online, and this is something that we've talked about, it seems like we're seeing a lot more blitz pressure from Spags this year from game one to game. I mean, obviously, there's been a lot of adjustments, but we're still not seeing. And I think Carl Loftus, I saw a stat earlier. His pressure rate, it's amongst one of the best in the league. See, I think I had it here. Yeah, Carl Loftus has a 23.2 pass rush win rate the last 2 weeks. And outside of him, and obviously we know what Chris Jones can do, it seems like we're not getting a lot of pressure up front. I know, like the running back situation, I hear people say we should go grab somebody, get a veteran guy off the free agent market just to be a pass rusher. So I don't know who they're going to grab to help right now, because all those guys we could have grabbed are gone now. Is that? I mean, how do we get that? Is it will it want to? I mean, how are we going to get more pressure from the guys in the front?
Oh man, yeah, I guess we had to do what we do. We had to blitz. We had to bring out the blitz. Get creative with it. That's what we're good at. And our guys come down to cover. So for me, I mean, shoot, I think we're fine right now. We're just looking for guys to get better. We just got to stick with the guys that we have right now. If they decide to go and get somebody, I mean, I'm not opposed to it. But right now, I think we're doing a good job with the guys that we got in the room, Marcus. Because the way this thing looks, the only reason it got 20 points is because Justice Hill took off on that last one. Other than that, man, suckers, doing a good job. This is a bend, don't break mentality. So sometimes these things don't have to necessarily look pretty, right? Same thing, running backs. So we had to go get why? Why we need to go get a guy? For what? We got guys that's been here that understand the system. They're fully entrenched in what we do in our culture and all those different things. What would it be to go get a guy? And we got guys already in the room that can do those things. So same thing with our defensive line. Okay, you might want to go get the, flashy guy that has 14 sacks. You going to pay him that money? He's going to be looking for some money. I'll tell you that. Now you might try to go get somebody, but shoot, right now, let the guys ball. Let them do what they need to do. We use Chanel out there on the outside. Kalafkis, we moved him on the inside a little bit. So they're moving guys around just to see what guys can do. And that's one thing I do love is rotation on what we are doing, okay? This game, it looked a lot better than it had in the first couple of games. And like Joe C, our rookies are improving every week. So that's what it was.
Yeah. Overall, I saw a stat here, and I know people are talking about the whole edge rush thing and creating pressure without the blitz. But, I mean, it is what it is. So far, it's looking good. The Chiefs own the league's number 2 scoring defense over the last 3 weeks. allowing just 16.3 points per game during that span. KC remains the number one scoring defense in the NFL since the beginning of the 2023 season by a wide margin. So we're doing something right. Even though we can't get the pressure without a blitz, we're doing something right. So gotta love it.
Yeah. Calais was one of the guys I was like, man, we should go get him. I said that during off season, and we just didn't do it. So
yeah. I mean, Calais next to some of these guys we have on the D-line have been nice. All right, now we got defensive backs, JD. Noah Williams, our guy from our pre-draft coverage during the in the rep to the draft, is all that and then some, JD. He's been phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, no, man, he goes, man, he's 10 toes on top of guys. And he loves just being physical with the guys that just surround him. I think our DB did a good job tackling yesterday. I will say that tackling kind of held. I mean, Zay Flowers did hit us for 7 receptions, 74 yards. Justice Hill, 5 for 41. Mark Andrews, 7 for 30. Bateman had 1 for 24. D-Hop had that one, man. They called it back. That sucker called. I was like, "Dad, God." I mean, Trip was all over him. Trip was all over him. But you know that's D-Hop, so we understand he's gonna make a couple of those catches like that. But those guys came in, man. They did a good job, like I said, tackling for sure, and in coverage, just being there. Obviously, when you got one-on-one, our DBs. Let me see. Previously, last week I gave him a B plus, A minus. I think this week I gave him a B rating. I think they're B. I think that's all. I think that's where they are. You know, just kind of looking at it. We didn't have any interceptions, anything of that nature. So that's where I'm at. Gave him a B. Did a good job. It's a good job, man. And I think when people take B is it's a good grade. It's a good grade. So
yeah, I'll take it. I'll take a B. Those guys aren't looking good though. I know that was one of the rooms we were interested in to see how it was all going to play out. Watson's been fantastic. McDuffie, obviously, we know what he is. But Noah Williams stepping up. I think we mentioned on the post-game show last night, not knowing what kind of role he was going to play because we signed Christian Fulton, and so far we have barely seen him. He's been hurt. Noah Williams stepping in and being a dude has been huge for the defense.
Yeah.
And another one of the young guys we talked about in the last segment. One of the young guys coming in, stepping up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also can't forget Brian Cook and Jaden Hicks. Bringing the wood, man. Brian Cook's been thumping dudes out there. Yeah,
he got that silly penalty, man. He knows he can't pick the dude up and slam Zay Flowers like that. Yeah. I get it. And you're in the moment, and you're trying to show your dominance, and it's just like, hey, man, it's just a little bit too extracurricular activity right there. It's just a little bit too much, just a little bit. So. But no, man, they played well. They played well. So,
all right. So now our final defensive position group are linebackers, and I saw this photo. I mean, what a beautiful photo that is.
Yeah, glorious. The linebackers have been playing ball, man. They've been balling the last few weeks. They have, and for me. Them being able to use like the pressure to their advantage, you know, the blitz, the late blitz, those are the ones that cause the errant throws. And then seeing Leo Chanel run down the field after pushing Mark Andrews and right in his hip pocket, catching this ball like this, man, that's a hell of a play right there, man. I was like, dad, God, Leo. Leo's one of the most talented LBs. We know this, okay? No question about it. That's why he's out there playing, and we use him everywhere, especially this game we did. And hopefully we'll be able to do that more. So I don't even know what his snap count was. I remember what it was kind of last year, and it was kind of like, you know, we kind of had him on the field and off the field a little bit, but Leo needs to be on the field, man. He does, doing something. If you don't have him right there off the ball, then he needs to be on the ball rushing the passer, okay, we could use his power. Those things, those guys, man, did a good job. They did a really good job. Gave up that 71-yarder. And I know what the guys. One of the guys. Can I say something though? Watching Joshua Williams run him down, that was impressive. That was absolutely impressive. And I was like, you know what? A lot of people won't talk about that. They will not talk about that. But for me, that showed a lot of heart. Just gumption. That's what it showed to me. I'm just like, yeah, that's what I need to see from a guy. Because, you know, some dudes, when guys take off, they'll just pull up. They'll just pull up. They won't even chase him. I've seen guys like that. And I tell you what, that's probably one of my biggest pet peeves, Marcus. Seriously, it's probably one of my biggest pet peeves. Because you don't know what could happen. I mean, I've seen guys fumble, you know, going down, hit it off the leg, absolutely hawked him. Joe did. He said, man, come here. And he went to go get him. And if he had just another 5 yards, he would have kept that, man. That's why I keep guys. That's right. That's right. Plays like this, plays like what he just displayed, shows a lot about who this guy is. He's not going to give up on you. The fact that he chased him down to display his speed. We know how fast. Now we know how fast you are, Joshua. We know how fast you are. And if I'm Dave Merritt and I'm Spags and those guys, I'm like, I would talk to him like, listen, you see this play right here? Even though we didn't start this score, this guy ran him down. Even that should put him a little bit on the cloud, somewhat. You know what I mean? Couple of pats on the back. Like, you know what? You know, we didn't stop the score, man. You running him down and not giving up on that play shows a lot of heart. That's what that shows. We need things like that because you never know what happens. You never know. We've seen how many drop the ball before they get to the goal line. Things of that. I mean, we've seen all of that.
Saw yesterday in the Colts game.
Oh, really? It happened in the Colts game?
You didn't see that?
No.
Adonai Mitchell caught a nice bomb. He's going to the end zone right before he gets the goal line. He lets it go, and then he just loses it, and it goes out the back of the end zone.
Unreal.
They probably would have won that game too.
Wow. So there it is. It is.
Baby. Effort.
Yeah. It is effort. It's effort. It's heart. It means something to you. It means something to you. So I had to give my attaboy, man, because watching him, and I was like, man, who is this? And this sucker comes in the screen, and you can just tell he's at a different speed. I'm just like, he's gonna catch him, and gets him, and it just, that's a hell of a play. It's a hell of no play. So, like Deshaun Hammond, that's why you keep a guy like that around. Chiefs fan for Southern Cal said, completely agree, show speed and heart. That is hard.
Gotta love it. That's why we love Josh Williams on the show.
Yeah.
We know what he's capable of.
You know what he's capable of, man. When you display stuff like that, I'm like, you can't hide it no more. But we done seen it. Everybody done seen it. Hey, guess what? Joshua Williams is fast. And how fast does he run? How much better can he be? We done seen it. Now it's out the bag. You should be out here, you know, as a starter somewhere in the league. That's what you should be doing. So,
what grade did you give the linebackers here before we go to the special teams?
Oh, I gave the linebackers a B+.
Oh, okay. All right,
Yeah.
so solid outing for the boys.
Yeah. Mark Andrews had 7 catches for 30 yards. I mean, he ain't like he did a whole lot of, you know what I mean?
A lot of nothing.
No. It make a lot of noise. But that Lil Chanel and itself would have made it an A. You know, we got some pictures and stuff. So they right there, B plus, A if you want to give it to them. I think that was a great job by those guys.
Yeah. All right, now we're going to end the episode with Dave Tobe and the special teams.
Yeah. I said this. I said, man, anytime that Remigio was back there, Bashad, they give us a chance, field position. We got good returns. Buckner obviously talked about some of his struggles. But I think he'll right the ship. I think he will. So with that being said, it wasn't like a chip shot, so but for him, he's making these. That's what he's always making these. So special teams wise did a good job. And they had one of a decent return on one of them, but that was about it. Other than that, man, I think we did a good job, Marcus. So I'm going to give our special team good cover. I'm going to give them a B. All right.
We'll take it. Hopefully Bucker gets his head right.
This is an ask for you to come upstairs.
All right, I'm almost finished. Good night. I'll see you.
Hi there.
What's up, Marcus?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Good.
No cursing tonight for me. No cursing tonight for me.
You ain't curse tonight.
Yeah, no more.
You ain't curse tonight.
Good boy. I'm a good boy. All right, so that does it for the grades.
Everybody go to bed.
We're about to read a book, me and Susan.
Okay.
In the library.
All right.
JD, story time? JD might be able to get us to story time.
Yeah. Marcus. Say hello, Marcus.
Hello.
Hi. What story you guys read for story time tonight?
I don't know.
Do you have any favorites?
No.
No favorites? JD, do you have a favorite story to read at night?
No.
No.
Thank you. We're great kids, so. All right. All right, ladies. I'll see y'all in a second, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Bye. Yeah, upstairs.
I'll see you upstairs.
Okay. Guys, good night, guys.
I'm getting summoned, Marcus. Okay. All right.
Bye. Bye, G.
Perfect timing.
See you next time whenever you get on there. I'm gonna watch it on TV.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see? She said she can watch on TV.
Hey.
Right.
All right. Well, that does it for the grade show tonight, guys. JD is being summoned, as you can see. It's story time, so it's important stuff here, guys. But we hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We know we gave you guys the A's, some of the A's you guys wanted. It was that kind of performance for a lot of these position groups, and of course we got some film study in as well. So nice night to be edutained, a little bit educated, and a little bit entertained by the Dunn and Dash crew tonight. Yeah. And of course, happy birthday to our guy Charles. And happy birthday to our guy Harvey Hubert, who's in the chat as well. Charles,
Harvey Hubert, I've never seen that name before. Harvey? No.
Harvey? You don't know Harvey?
Harvey? Wow, good deal. So, hey, great win for the Chiefs. Showed a little bit of film out here, and we're looking for obviously this Jacksonville team. They talk about their defense is I'm sure they're legit. We know they usually have a pretty decent defense most of the time. What's that the whole deal with Liam Cohen and what's the name going at it?
Apparently, Salah made some comment that they are doing some kind of reading plays or doing something that they can kind of look at the I guess signals, the signal stealing. And I guess after the game, Liam Cohen saw him on the field and said, keep my damn name out of your mouth. And then Salah wanted to go approach him about it, but Cohen kept walking, as Cohen should have done, because I think Salah would have given him the business.
Man, soft as pharmacy cotton. Both of them. I'll let John. Keep my name at the map. Keep my name at the yeah. You better turn back around and head that way. That's what you're gonna do. Okay. You ain't gonna keep running your mouth out here, man, and don't think you're gonna get a chin checked. Just try to make a spectacle out there. Pharmacy cotton. Pharmacy cotton.
Charmin Ultra Soft.
Yeah. That's what it is. So yeah. But listen, I hope everybody enjoyed the grading show. And look, these are my grades. I love y'all grades y'all gave out of here. I'm not opposed to any of the grades. I think y'all did a great job of giving some of these A's. Will gave everybody A's out here. Will gave everybody A's. Hey, Will. Yes, everybody A's, brother. I agree with you. So I agree with everybody's grades. But they did a great job. And we're just looking to build on this again this week. And so we're gonna get back over here, man. Marcus, on the right track, 2-2. 2-2. And I didn't see us being a 1-3 team at all. I didn't see that. So Don Peterson, thank you, brother. I appreciate this so much. So Stu, okay. So Stu was a wrestler, okay? A college wrestler too. All right. And I know Stu is one of the toughest guys out there. And Marcus, I told him that your dad was an Olympic wrestler. Okay.
Yeah. Stu, I texted about that.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but Marcus's dad was an Olympic wrestler. Tell me a little bit about him, Marcus.
Yeah, so my dad was my dad's from Iran originally, and wrestling's like their football over there. It's like their number one sport over there. He was from the age of like 6, man. He was wrestling like older men and getting in the trenches at an early age. Yeah, he was a badass. I think he was like, gosh, one of the lower weight classes. My dad's like 5'4", so he was like very thin guy way back in the day. So yeah, he was a Olympic wrestler. He never actually wrestled in the Olympics, but when he came over from Iran to the North America, when he was living in Canada in Toronto, I guess the Canadian Olympic circuit heard that he was living in Canada. They ended up inviting him to be on the Olympic team in Canada, and he tells me he was kind of way past his prime at that point. He said he had so many shoulder dislocations from the wrestling gig, from doing wrestling all his time, and he ended up declining, and he ended up shortly thereafter moving to the United States. But yeah, he was Canada. And I heard a story, and I'm like, really? Like, geez. And he's like, oh yeah, I have the letter, and he has the letter. We ended up framing the letter for him. The Canadian Association, the Olympics Association, they sent him a whole letter. We cordially invite you to be a part of our Canadian wrestling team. And he was like, I'd love to, but no, I'm done. I'm done at this point. But yeah, he had like 20. I mean, man, like he's got a good amount of medals here from wrestling in Iran back in the 60s and stuff. So yeah, he was a real deal. He was a real deal, Holyfield.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what, hey, man, I commend your dad for being that. I tell you, man, that is incredible just to hear. Seriously. I mean, to have that type of prestige and whatnot to get to that place come on. I mean, you're talking about Olympic, like one of the best in the world.
Oh yeah, and this is a funny story. So my older brothers were friends with some of the state Virginia wrestler champions back in like the 90s. And my dad right now he's almost 80, but he could still bring me down, all my buddies down. We had offensive line from my high school team coming to the house who were like heavyweight wrestlers, and he would just dominate them.
Yeah, you said they do wrestle, Marcus. It sounded like Stu's a little jealous. That's what it sounded like. Stu a little jealous.
No, Stu, I texted about Stu thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Stu likes to bust.
Did you wrestle?
I did not wrestle. I was a football, basketball, and track guy. Football, basketball, and track. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Tasia got them meat hooks. Tasia does have big hands, I will say.
Huh?
He does have big hands for being 5'11". He's got big hands.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome, Marcus, just to hear, brother. I can't wait to meet your dad. I hadn't even a chance.
You'll love him. You'll love
I
him.
already know I will. I already know. So leave them OGs alone, man. I'm telling you, that's an old man strength. When they talk about old man strength, that's what they talk about right there. Older guy like that grabs you, you know you grabbed.
Mm-hmm.
You know you grabbed.
Yeah, he was having his way with some of the state champs in Virginia. At the age of 70, he was just getting guys who were even different and heavier weight classes. Even at his small weight class and his size, you still putting guys down like that. So it's insane to see, honestly.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. So, yeah, brother.
I appreciate that. I'll tell him about this segment. He'll be psyched to hear us talk about wrestling.
That's good. Greg's like Zangief. Oh.
It's not grabbing, it's fetching. See, I don't know the wrestling lingo. Wrestling that's not in my wheelhouse.
Yeah. Well, look. All right, we're gonna head up out of here. Go to the suite. Have a great night. Yes. About time. My son wrestled in high school. Have this one last one out in MD. They used him to fill in higher weight classes of someone who was a no-show. Saw him lay it down on the dude twice the size. Proud day.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Both my sons wrestled. I tell you what, man, that's a whole different sport. Just watching guys go at it. And I love it because then you talk about their heart, what they have and who they are about it. So, it's good to see. It's good to see, man. I always appreciate it. I always like going out there and watching them actually just get after it. And, man, there ain't nowhere to go. I mean, you can try to pull yourself out of the ring, man, but you in that circle and it's you and the other guy. That's it. That's what it boils down to. So.
And the conditioning that goes into wrestling too. It's man, the making weight, all those things those guys have to do. I mean, some of the most conditioned dudes, athletes in all sports.
Oh yeah. So I would have my guys, my football guys, my linemen. I would tell them go out for wrestling. You want to get better at it. I don't want you sitting around if you're not lifting weights during off season. The lift weights are during off season, but you get in and do that wrestling. And, I mean, guys will get out there, man. It just made them much better football players. My son, he turned into a different football player after he started wrestling. Like, more physical. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Because I knew it had to do it for him. Gave him a lot more confidence in doing things. So, yeah, man. Good to hear it about time. Well, look, with that being said, Marcus, my brother, wonderful story. Tell your dad hello. Like I said, my brother Charles, Harvey Hubert, happy birthday to both of you guys. Our thing is, we always say this on here, and I mean it with all my heart. When we're here to be better people. We're here to be an impact on other people's lives. When I say love each other the way that we're supposed to love each other, that's the way we're supposed to be. And so that should be our expectation. We should be doing those things with one another, because we're all on this planet together. So, with that being said, like this great win that we have, hey, man, look, love the people that's in your life. Love them fully. Okay. But y'all take care. God bless. We will holler at you all on Wednesday. We'll get back talking about a little bit more of the Chiefs. So I hope you enjoyed the episode tonight, man. Marcus, man, appreciate my brother. Love you. Guys, go for KC Forever, Don Peterson, Stuart Saltzman, About Time, Joe C, Perfection 2K, Demonic Green Beans, Will, Sasha was here, Optimistic James, Witchy was in here in the house. We've seen her, Don Peterson, Laura Zingzer, Andrea Chenault, Deshaun Hammonds, Linda Hunter, Harvey Hubert, Rustin Royd. Hey, man. Hey, my brother. Or Rustus Android. I forget how they say it. Was it Rustus Android or Rustus Android or Rust? I don't know. Appreciate it, man, for your contribution. And I make sure I bring my excitement up even more, so I'll do that. It's good because I wasn't yelling today. I'd yell for something that we was doing wrong. So maybe me not yelling means that we're doing a good job. So with that being said, yeah, continue with this though. But I appreciate y'all coming out, giving y'all also y'all input. J Dub 84, Chiefs Cap from Southern California, Aaron Rose 69. What else we have on here? I say Linda Hunter. Optimistic James is in here. Good, Optimistic James. Tony Black Shinery. Sparkle Sports Card was in here as well. Rustin Warriors gave him the $5. Rustin Warriors, appreciate you, brother, for that $5, baby. Thank you. Night Harder. Good to see you too. Marion Oliver, appreciate it. Joe E. Appreciate that. About time. We try to get it out there, man. We try to get everybody some of that goodness so they can see what's going on. Gary Holland, Hannah was here. Tailgater. Let's see. Marion Oliver. I think that's it. Accelerator. What? Accelerator. I think was in there. Good to see you. If you're coming from under, hey, we appreciate you. You're coming to stick your head in just in the way. Man, I think that's about it, man. Gary Holland. Well, life just right. I love it. Life just right. And Rose 69. We had a few people in here tonight. Conversation. I'm going to check it. Man, they said that's brutal. Like it's gruesome.
It's bad, yeah.
Roman Brown, really? Wow.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah. General 51, MJ, Ramon Brown. Well, pray for him. Chiefs fan 1969. Pray for Tyreek that everything's all right. He comes back.
Why is Stu so angry in the chat? What did I do to you, Stu?
Stu Cashman. Stu's
He's having a fit in the chat for no reason.
For no reason. That's what it is. That's what it is. Ridiculous. Appreciate it. Yo, Stu, I'm gonna tell you right now, okay? I'm gonna tell you, chill out, brother. We ain't gonna have you on the show. So, okay, you make a decision how you want to do it. Right? True champ. I know just being silly, being stupid. I'm being silly, man. Okay.
Let's throw down, he says.
Yeah. Okay. I got it. My money's on Marcus. Definitely. Now.
Wrestling or no wrestling.
Yeah. All right, my brother. Listen, man. Marcus, man, I love you, man.
Love you too, buddy.
Y'all take care. God bless. Like I said, Stu, you didn't hear me what I was talking about. Be better people. All right. Joking or not, man. Be good. All right. Y'all be well. Love y'all. Take care. God bless.
Wednesday night, everybody. Love y'all. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.